Yes, guys, I'm Si. Welcome to Cardiff City World. It's the day after the Carabao Cup, Carling Cup, Carabao Cup quarter final, and it was Cardiff City 1, Chelsea 3. And look, it was always going to be a big ask. And I'll be honest with you straight away. This is one of them where the defeat hurts, of course. But at the same time, you leave the stadium and you're walking out, you've got your head held high, you're talking about positives. Because for long spells, Cardiff City went toe-to-toe with a top six Premier League giant, one of the richest clubs in the country, not struggling for a player or two, were able to bring £200 million worth of talent off the bench. The game is always going to tilt in their favour, but City were brave, they were aggressive, they were disciplined and organised. And in the end, it came down probably to levels and moments and money. But we're going to break it all down. 5 things we learned from Cardiff City 1, Chelsea 3. And I think there's a lot more to take from this performance than just the scoreline or just going out of the cup. And I think slightly different to normal. We're not necessarily going to look at individual performances, although I will mention a couple, because I thought everyone was excellent overall. But number 1. Cardiff were not overawed. And the first thing we learned today is Cardiff were not overawed at all. From the opening whistle, they didn't sit back. They didn't bunker in and hope for the best. They didn't go long. They didn't hope for damage limitation. They pressed disciplined and they pressed properly and how they should have done. They stepped up. They made Chelsea uncomfortable. They put them under pressure at the right times. They jumped and triggers for certain presses. Chelsea's first pass, heavy touches, whatever it may be. The wingers tucked in. The fullbacks were aggressive. The centre-backs were aggressive. This wasn't like a small League One club hoping to survive. This was a championship side, let's be honest, saying, if you want to beat us, then you're going to have to earn it. And large spells in the first half, Chelsea looked a bit rattled. Their build-up was slow. It was disjointed. We forced them wide. We forced them long. And I thought our intensity was really good, especially in the midfield areas. We stopped their rhythm. Joel Colwell did a great job on Casado, keeping him quiet in that first half. And it's important because in these games, teams can lose before kick-off. They can get in their own heads. They can see the superstars ahead of them. And we didn't. We were absolutely superb. I thought defensively, look, I say this again. I said it last night, but if we defended with that structure in the league, we'd be 10 points clear in the league because we haven't no problem scoring goals. It's been clean sheets and giving teams opportunities and being too open. And we were not open. Like, we were really, really well disciplined and everyone did their job individually. It was a really, really good performance. Number 2, the game plan worked until it didn't. And I think that second thing is, look, the game plan absolutely worked. We frustrated them. Our shape out possession was excellent. We were compact and narrow, disciplined. As I said, everyone did their jobs. And Chelsea, we funneled them into areas they didn't really want to go. It was areas we wanted to go. We made them go long. And then we won the ball in areas that we wanted to win it. We transitioned pretty quickly. We weren't reckless, but we were purposeful without just being hopeful. I think the equaliser summed it up. A quick regained, and then we get the ball down the right. Lovely cross in the box. Di Turnbull, who was excellent, by the way, makes a late run into the box, and he's got a lot of work to do, and it's a great header. And I thought we had him on the ropes there then. 15 minutes to go, just equalised. But their second goal is real quality, in fairness. That was the one bit of quality I thought they really found in the game, apart from just being clinical. They're finishing, and I think that's the difference, is we give one-on-ones in League One away. Teams miss or Trot saves it. We gave them one-on-ones and they score. Like, that's the difference. That's just levels. But Chelsea's rest defence, as predicted, was shaky at times. When we did win the ball back, Isaac Davis caused all sorts of problems, and for the second game in a row, I thought he was our most dangerous attacking outlet. Also wins the ball back a lot. A little bit disappointed, actually, to see him go off early, same as Saturday, but I do get it. With his injury record, on history, you've got to protect it and look after him because you want him playing. And he looks like he's at full tilt now, and he looks really dangerous. And we did that, by the way, and that performance with no Amari Kellyman, no Ruben Colwell. That Yusuf Salich on the bench. It's a really, really impressive performance. For about an hour, Chelsea didn't look like that $1 billion squad or pound squad. They looked like a team still learning how to manage games. But here's the key part, right? At this level, you've got to be perfect for 90 minutes. Against a team like that, you have to be perfect for 90 minutes. And obviously, the mistake gives him the first goal. And I felt for him because Dylan was there. You could see he was visibly devastated after that. But his reaction after that to the goal, I thought before and after the mistake, he was excellent. He made blocks. He was good passing, good on the ball, good decisions. Everything was faultless. And it's just unfortunate that one mistake he got punished for, and other players, made mistakes at times and didn't get punished. But it's just that's the level, and he'll learn from it. And what I really did like is that Callum Chambers and Perry Ng got around him, got in his ear, made sure, look, you got to forget it and you got to move on and you got to play. And he was really good for the rest of that game as well. So good for him. Just unfortunate when you're playing a team at that level who are that clinical, you've got to beat them or to get a result or to take it to penalties. Your keeper's got to have a blinder, which I thought he did. And you've also then got to not make mistakes. And unfortunately, that mistake gives them that lead. We get back into it, and then they find a bit of quality to get back in the lead. And then, look, the third goal is just on the break. Players are up the field. We're trying to get a late equaliser. Kind of is probably a bit harsh, the third goal. But on that, the third thing is fine margins. Brutal punishment. And I think, look, fine margins, when you play teams of this quality, you play at this level, they're absolutely brutal. We didn't collapse. We didn't even really switch off. Just one individual mistake for that first goal. But, I mean, that's it. Other than that, we did not stop running. We didn't stop working. We didn't stop playing. We went toe-to-toe on a football front of thing. We didn't go long. We didn't sit in. We didn't hope for the best. We went toe-to-toe with Chelsea and just played our football. The only difference to what we do on a Saturday in League One is we were a little bit more compact and we didn't press as relentlessly. But you'd be stupid to do that because they pick you apart. It's one of those things. And suddenly these players will punish you. And they got individuals who cost more than our club, and they will punish you. They're not playing at the level they're playing because they're pretty or they got a good social media following. They're good footballers, very good footballers. And their second goal, it didn't come from sustained dominance. It just came from a little bit of quality in tight areas. They work it out to Neto, and he nestles it in the in the bottom corner and off the right hand side. And it's just, what can you do? It's genuine quality, really good finish, really good work. And that's the reality. Cardiff did enough to stay in the game, but Chelsea did enough to win it. And probably the difference, they're 2 divisions above us. Don't forget that. They've spent over $1 billion in recent years. Number 4, on that front, £200 million off the bench changes the game. And Chelsea's bench did win them the game. Make no mistake. First half, they were rattled. They weren't at it. And we were very, very good. And this is where that perspective matters. We emptied the tank for 90 minutes. Chelsea freshened up with internationals. City started to tire. They get, understandably so. So Chelsea just introduced more pace, more power, more technical security. And suddenly pressing becomes harder. The passing lanes get closed quicker, transitions slow down. It's not tactical failure, it's a financial reality at the end of the day. It's just one of those things. We can't compete with that. But I think what you can do is you can stick to the game plan and you can work hard and you can try and find bits of quality in your own play. And I thought we did that for the whole game. And when we get to the point that we can rotate like they did and bring on the talent that they did, then we'll be really talking. But look, Cardiff kept fighting, and I couldn't be prouder of the whole club. It was a great atmosphere and a great performance. Why does this performance matter? Number 5, the fifth and final thing. So I think this performance matters a lot, because I think on nights like this, they can shape teams. I think the crowd saw a side that believes in itself, believes in the manager, has an identity, is together, and isn't afraid of anybody. Those players walked off that pitch knowing that they belonged. They just went toe to toe with a top six side in the country, one of the richest sides in the country. The fans walked out knowing this group is building something special. And yeah, Chelsea won. Congratulations to them. But then we made sure they had to work for it. We dug in, and they had to use all of the tools at their disposal on their bench to make sure they got over the line. Cardiff earned the respect. You've only got to listen to TalkSport and BBC and Sky and how highly they're speaking of this Cardiff City side to know on another day that game could have gone differently. Chelsea were clinical. Cardiff had a couple of half chances, maybe didn't have that clinical edge to it on another day. But yeah, so I wanted to keep the 5 things kind of general, but I wanted to make mention of a few people. So first of all, Nathan Trott made I think 3 unbelievable saves, like top class saves. But what I was most pleased about with Nathan Trott is some of the little things I saw on Saturday against Doncaster, where he got his angles wrong, he was a bit slow coming off his line. That was all gone. He'd adapted, he'd learned, and he'd changed it, and he was back to his best, quick off his line, sweeping up, got all his angles right. So that's great. Just maybe a little bit of an off day Saturday. So that was fantastic. I thought Dylan Lawler was faultless, bar one mistake. Callum Chambers led the side well. I still believe that Fish and Lawler are our best partnership, but I thought Callum Chambers is a fine backup, and you know he's doing what I'd expect him to do as a professional, as a club captain. No fault. I thought Perry NG was excellent. Joel Bagan was unreal again. I thought Ryan Wintle and Di Turnbull were excellent. And that's what I mean, like everybody was excellent. I thought Keane Ashford and Isaac Davis were probably the pick of the attacking players. I thought they were really, really good. Joel Colwell was relentless in his defensive work, and his pressing and his work rate is just unmatched. He gives you real legs in there. He just didn't really probably get the opportunities he would have liked in and around the box or breaking lines with his running, but his work rate is just unmatched. And then off the bench, I thought Chris Willock did okay. He tried to beat his man and get the ball in the box. I thought Salic gave him something different to think about. And I know some people were disappointed Salic didn't start, but I thought he looked a little bit leggy on Saturday. And I'd rather he be fully fit and up to it for this Saturday against Lincoln, because we all need him. And yeah, it's just one of those things. And Robinson deserved to start anyway. Like, he's got a good record against Chelsea. And it was brutal for him. He was up against 2 just ginormous centre-backs. Very, these are real athletes. They're just real physical specimens. It was a difficult night for him, but he worked hard. And yeah, I thought Alex Robertson did all right when he came on, but didn't really have a lot of time to do much. But ultimately, look, no criticism for anybody. I thought everybody put shift in. We played football the right way. That's how I want it. Like, I'd have been disappointed if we had kind of changed the way we played. And I'm so happy that Brian Barry Murphy's our manager. I think he's really rekindled the relationship between the team and the club and the fans, and the team and the club together with each other. And yeah, nothing but pride from me. I think most important thing now is that these boys have a day off today. They rest up, they do the right things, they eat, recover, ice baths, whatever it may be, get themselves ready, because they put a big shift in last night. And we have a huge game on Saturday away at Lincoln, which will be a very tough game in a different way. But I say this and I'll say it again. If we play like we have been in the attacking thirds and on the ball, and we can have a bit more of that defensive structure or that rest defence that we had last night, I think we'll be all right. Just got to stop conceding goals, and I think we'll be all right. But last night, you look at those goals. First one, mistake. Second one, genuine quality from a Premier League team. Third one, on the break, when we're trying to push for a late equaliser in injury time. Everyone's tired, everyone's forward, blah, blah, blah. They didn't really carve us open, other than like those instances. And those instances, the first goal's a mistake, like I said. The second goal is a bit of quality in and around the tight areas around the box. And the third one, right, they carve you open. But I mean, yeah, we were pushing, and I thought we were excellent, and I hope, just on Isaac Davis, like his performances have been so good this season, but like particularly probably the last month or so, he looks like he's right up to full tilt. I would love to see him get a goal through the middle, because I think his pressing and his pace could be a real weapon. And maybe when Tanner comes back, we might see that. But I'm so excited. Isaac Davis could be a massive weapon for us second half of the season, because he's already been good the first half of the season, but I think he looks fitter, stronger, sharper, confident than anything that we've seen previous from him. And I think it could be a really big second half of the season for him. And I'm just delighted to see him playing regular football for the Bluebirds. But congratulations to everyone involved. Look, yes, gutted that we're out, gutted that we lost. And especially at 1-1, I really thought we had them on the ropes and we might go on and do something special. They just had that extra bit of quality, that extra pace, that extra clinical ability. But it is what it is. We move on. Tonight, the boys are live, 8 o'clock. Matt and Evan are on. And they'll be discussing this, no doubt, and I'm sure looking ahead to Lincoln. But what did you take from it? What excited you about it? There's a real discourse going on social media over the last couple of days about if we need players in January. Some people are saying we should back the manager and really make sure we go up. Some people are saying we probably don't need much. We've got quite a lot of depth. Like, where do you stand on it? I'm not sure. Because I think the togetherness is so strong at the moment. Obviously, you've got to take into account a couple of players are probably going to go out on loan. But those players are generally not in the first team squad either. But I also, I don't think it would do any harm to add some pace and power to this squad if it's the right bodies and the right people. But main thing for me, get Ruben Colwell back fit. Keep Isaac Davis fit. Keep Joe Bagan fit. Keep Ryan Wintle fit. Keep Amari Kellyman fit. Keep Yusuf Salic fit, and we'll be just fine. But what a great team effort! Keep the faith, my friends, and I'll see you in a bit.
When I went to Cardiff, they never really told me the whole story. When I turned up, and then I've got to sell, everyone, if anyone stood still, they were sold because they needed the cash to come in. Well, no one ever told me that when you were talking to them initially. No, when I was talking to.
How did that come about when you first started sort of talking to Cardiff and you come in?
I got a phone call off Peter Ridsdale, and he asked me would I come down to London and meet Sam and him. And we went down to London, and so strange because the hotel they picked, I thought it was a strange place. They thought nobody would know who I was. It's the hotel I'd stayed at with all the teams I'd been at.
Yeah.
Even the concierge at the front desk greeted me with, "Hello, Mr. Jones, how are you?" And they interviewed me in the sort of lounge area where I could see other agents talking to, because it's where most of the agents went. Yeah. And then Sam told me not to say anything and everything else, and until he announced it, and then it broke the following day, and he phoned me up and he said, "Who have you told?" I haven't told anybody. It's like,
you were sat in the lounge of the hotel.
You two aren't not known, so it was such a strange world.
This channel is powered by an incredible membership community on Cardiff City World and patreon.com/Ace Podcast Nation. Becoming a member unlocks exclusive rewards from early access to live event tickets, bonus content, and even the occasional inside transfer scoop when we get it. But more importantly, it allows us to bring you top quality Cardiff City content 7 days a week. Across those 7 days, we're talking match previews, exclusive interviews, instant match reactions, the breakdown podcast, tactical deep dives, the Spotlight series, Bluebirds Rewind, Academy Focus, and just so much more. Led by myself, backed by an army of passionate Cardiff City fans, this is content created by fans for fans. Balanced, professional, and 100% all about the club we all love. If you enjoy what we do, then join the community today and support what we are doing as we help to keep Cardiff City World flying high.